darlings. Good evening, and welcome to our Vampire the Masquerade Chronicle ATL By Night. Chapter 6, The Bitter Collapse. Let's welcome our vampires this evening.
My name is Leon Aurora, and I'll be playing Tomasina Elena Cuesta.
Zachary Vaudo playing Anton Kravopolskov.
My name is Tyler Sutherland, playing Aaron Ulrich.
My name is Sara Lafferty, and I'll be playing Sybil.
My name is Hannah Murphy, and I'll be playing Pippa this evening.
And I am your storyteller, Ellie Collins. As always, we want to give a very special thank you to the Neighborhood Studio for giving us our home here, and a special welcome to our guests this evening. So now why don't we sit back and relax, and let's tell a vampire story. We saw our kindred. The boys had a bit of a night out, Aaron finally getting to see Alejandro again and meet his half-sister, Alejandro's new childer, Sybil. Alejandro also warned the boys about the true danger of those who are swayed to the Sabbat, that it's not about bloodthirst, it's about personal fulfillment. After leaving, Aaron allowed Anton to feed from him to try and gain oblivion powers. And then the guys discovered an envelope left at the house indicating that the famed Succubus Club would be making a stop in Atlanta in the future, with a number for them to contact for tickets. But tonight, we're going to pick up a little across town with two kindred that are meeting up for the night. Sybil, as you look around the parking lot, you finally spot the beat-up car that you know belongs to your newfound friend Pippa. Do you want to get out and go over to her?
Yeah, Can I see if she's in the passenger's or the driver's side?
Yeah, you can see that she's in the car.
There's mountain goats blaring out of the terrible speakers you can hear.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna duck around behind the car and then kind of pop up in the passenger side window so I can just kind of interrupt her wonderful music.
well, No Children plays.
All right, so Pippa, as you're waiting in the parking lot, you recently heard rumors of a wrestler who uses a persona as a demon. Word on the street among kindred, though, is that that's not a persona, and it's just a clever way to hide in plain sight. You've never seen a demon before, so seeing as how he's in town for a match, this could be fun. His name is Trevor Aeon, and his match is in the middle of a large tournament tonight. And as you're looking over the flyer, Sybil pops up in your passenger side window.
Oh, hey. And I pop the thing. Come on.
Just kind of slide in. If there's anything on the floor, I'm just going to kick it.
Oh, there is, yes. Yes. Damn it. So, we're going to go see a wrestler tonight.
I didn't know you were into pro wrestling. Is that a new thing that we're doing now?
So there's kind of a fascinating... There's a mythology to it that I just kind of find super fascinating, honestly. It's like a play on... You know how, like, there's drag? It's kind of like cis male drag, almost. It's really fascinating to watch, and there's really compelling storylines.
So this is like a scientific expedition that we're taking here.
Ish. Also, there's someone there tonight who might be you know, bitey inclined.
But that's fair.
Yeah, no,
So-
I think it'll be interesting. If someone is...
Well, I mean,
You
it's
know-
obviously not anybody that we know. I don't really know anybody masquerading as pro wrestler.
I mean,
Last time I checked,
Great choice of
Pops
words.
isn't into that sort of thing.
Well, I mean, how do you manage that? Like, how do you manage that shit? Like, they gotta break someone in half. I mean, that would also be interesting, to be honest. But, yeah, do you want to go?
I mean, what's to lose? Now, I do kind of probably need to check in with Pops before I decide to go gallivanting.
Do you?
And Sybil, you know that Alejandro would never let you go to something like this. He's warned you too intensely about the dangers of going out alone as a young woman, as a Lasombra, in a city with the Second Inquisition and Sabat running around. But he might let you go if you had a chaperone.
I have an idea.
Teenage rebellion.
With supervision.
That's not rebellion.
It's a compromise. It's, sort of.
State your case.
We just have my half-bro take us. I'm sure him and his buddies wouldn't mind kicking it.
Is he cool?
He uses a flip phone, so, I mean, he's kind of retro.
I mean, I can't say anything against it. I do. It's very satisfying when you close it.
Not that I would know.
Oh, God, I forget how young you are.
Oh, no, I just can't. They just don't work. None of them.
Oh, well, that, yeah. Oh, well, yeah, there's that also. But, did you ever have one? Never mind. Sure, yeah, go ahead and call. I mean, if him and his friends are cool, yeah. Like, if they're, like, cool, but if they're also, like, they're cool.
I mean, they're cool.
Okay.
They're cool.
Okay.
And so you do have a very outdated phone that is quite embarrassing to use, but you can manage text to Aaron and Alejandro with it.
Okay. So, first thing I'm going to do is text Pops. I'm going to be like, hey, is it cool if I go with my friend? She's wincing, but I'm still typing. To a little wrestling match, as long as bro chaperones.
Okay.
Question mark, and then like a little heart.
Okay.
Did you ever sneak out at the front of your window?
No.
Okay, so you do get a text back pretty quickly, and it does say only if Aaron goes with you.
See? Look, all I gotta do, just gotta get my boy. It'll be fine. So I'll like fire off another text while she's probably silently cursing next to me, and I'll be like, hey, bro. Lots of O's. Lot of O's. I have an interesting question for you. Winky face.
Okay. And so we are going to cut across town as the coterie has woken up for the evening, come together in the living room. A few things on your minds. Anton, in your desire for knowledge and power, you broke one of your convictions when you fed on Aaron to try and learn oblivion from him. And you now have a stain on your humanity.
I'm just sitting there trying to, I've been reconciling that for the past couple days, trying to make sense of how that feels. But I've sort of like silently gone into the living room where some folks actually are and just sort of in my own headspace at the moment.
And so, Thomasina, you come in and see Anton looking very pensive. Aaron, you're just kind of hanging out.
First thing I always do is check the fridge.
There are 3 blood bags in the fridge.
I take one for the night.
Okay, there are now 2.
I've got some papers that I'm putting together for a meeting with Tabitha, which I haven't scheduled yet, but I have a lot to discuss with her over the nature of the Ventru in the city, and I need to build a case. So my head's kind of immersed in another Ventru that I met, and I have deep concerns as to how we're going to be moving forward with this.
Okay.
But yeah, I go in and I've got like a couple of just folders with laminates and transparencies that are I started putting some stuff together. And I'm just gonna sit down and I'm gonna ask, so you are with us.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, all right. Are
Yes.
you all right?
I don't know. I think so. It's been a bit of a dizzying week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what you guys got up to.
Just meeting people, talking about situation.
If you don't want to talk about it and you're not ready to, don't. It's okay.
Processing.
In the meantime,
Yeah.
um,
Have you seen Aaron?
not yet. No, I can
Okay.
yell for him, and I'm just gonna yell.
I'll make my way back towards the living room.
Yeah.
Hey, everything all right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You were saying?
Wondering if what you guys were doing last week.
Meeting up with a few different people,
Mm-hmm.
talking about their thoughts on prepping for Sabbat incursion.
Okay. Any come to any conclusions? Anything fruitful?
Some things are already in order. There was then kind of a unsettling thing about someone getting taken by the SI,
The text message is sent.
and Alpha stepped in and pretty much put a stop to the confusion.
According to our seneschal, there's plan to have Sabbat and Second Inquisition take care of each other. Perhaps I don't quite understand how.
There's a couple of different ways I could see that going, and
One of them came out on top last time, so who knows if it'll happen again or not.
Yeah.
But you know,
but otherwise we're okay.
yes,
Have either of you spoken with Hex lately?
no, I can't seem to reach her. I don't know if she's avoiding me or getting like deep into stuff that she can't talk about or what, but I can't get a hold of her.
Yeah. Neither can I.
And Mel has been out for the past some weeks,
Yeah.
doing keeper stuff.
I keep up with her. We're okay.
And Sirius is Sirius.
I have no expectations of hearing from him.
Probably safer that way.
If he shows up anytime he just does, we'll get all the explanation we can get within 2 minutes, and then we have something else to do suddenly. So, how many other Ventru have either of you engaged with?
Not many. They don't like. I don't mix well with their not poshness, but
To be fair,
Status.
that's part of that is planned.
There's you, and there is Philip, and there is Tabitha.
Hmm?
Yeah, that's about it,
Yeah. There's not a lot of us.
considering.
What would you guys say is worth keeping about the Ventru in Atlanta?
It's kind of a heavy question, yeah?
Yeah.
are you planning on moving out of the city?
No, I am planning on making sure that what stays in this city should.
Are you attempting to keep other Ventru from leaving the city, then?
I would like to have discussions around what kind of leadership is necessary here. Tabitha has been entirely correct in feeling some responsibility when it comes to the Ventru in this city.
Mm-hmm.
But she's also feeling deep ownership and responsibility for what happened with Talbot and what happened with the tower with Alpha. And we're going nowhere right now.
I see.
There's some possibility here for that to stagnate and become something it shouldn't. So, if you were to say anything about why the Ventru should be here. Because keep in mind, especially with the audit, things are difficult here for a Camarilla. And that where the Camarilla go, the Ventru usually do. For all of several reasons.
I would say now more than ever, with a new prince having an influx of not just financial support, but hard-backed Camarilla support from the Ventru, could help secure the city from outside pestering. Alpha did a little bit of that, bringing in some old kindred from, like we saw at the Galleria, but he can't do it alone.
I would agree to an extent. I mean, this is not exactly a question I've thought over much, but like Aaron said, the legacy that comes with the Ventru is good to reflect for the rest of the global Camarilla. If you have a strong Ventru presence here with what we are doing, it lends legitimacy to the entire process.
It does.
And because there are certain assumptions that are made about how things are, and that is where we favor, and that is where the rest of them buy into it. So I would say, as much as any other clan having representation here, the legacy that comes with the Ventru in the city is important.
The legacy that comes with the Ventru also comes with a great deal of cruelty in its baggage.
It does, which is why I believe the global Camarilla will believe that if the Ventru are staying here, then they believe that this is the right thing to do, and they are not expecting you to do something wildly different from the status quo, which, as it stands, we are doing.
A mass exodus would be a blow not just to Alpha's ego, but to security.
I'm not suggesting that. I'm suggesting that what does stay here in Atlanta with the Ventru be something that is better than it was. Because I have seen so many that base their power entirely upon what they could do. Not why they would do it, not any vision that came with that power or that legacy. Instead, it's entirely, well, who's going to stop me?
Well,
I don't want that.
in this city, we have a very clear-cut path of who will stop who. So I'm not as worried about that here. But I understand your concern. There's four Ventru. I don't know. This guy I met named Jack. Four Ventru. But yes, there are many reasons why we should keep as many of our representatives of each clan here as possible. And as he said, a mass exodus would be a major blow, and it would draw attention.
There could be a different aspect. You could, not like rebranding, essentially. You've got
That's the
plenty of charities, plenty of activities within the city that, I mean, you're not directly connected to the school board, I imagine now, but you could still find ways to influence that.
Or at least find people who might have an easier time of doing that and getting them in the door.
Operate through them, yeah.
Thomasina and Aaron, can you please give me wits and insight?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Three successes.
3.
3.
Something's very wrong with Anton. He's in the conversation, but he's not here.
Do you need a different topic of conversation?
No, this seems important, yes? You're worried about your clan leaving. We should figure out what to do.
It's not about leaving, it's about what's staying. Have you eaten?
Yes,
All right.
yes.
Have
Aaron,
you...
your phone buzzes,
Check it.
and it is the text from Sybil.
I scroll. Alright. I start typing out, and I just delete it. I call.
Okay.
I'll answer, only after letting it ring for a respectable couple rings.
Is everything alright?
Wonderful, actually. So, you know how you guys sometimes have this fun little deal where, you go find people?
Do you have a new person for us to find?
How do you feel about wrestling?
You want me to
No, God, no.
I'm trying not to look over at everyone
No.
else.
I've clicked on heightened senses.
Yeah.
I was making these faces.
Well, so a good friend of mine and I would like to go to a wrestling event where there might be someone who's a little not dissimilar to our current state, if you know what I mean.
Yes. Oh.
Smell what I'm stepping in. Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Where and when is this?
Well, Pip's got the deets. I don't. But
All right.
I can't go unless you go.
Does Alejandro know about this?
Well, yeah, see, he's the one that said I could only go if you go.
Oh, all right. You know what? That's fine by me. Do you mind if I bring my friends as well?
If they're cool. Wait, are they all
It's
canine?
Yes.
Kindred?
Yes.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, you're cool.
all right. We will meet you. Text me a detail. We'll find you sometime tonight.
Okay.
All right.
Bye, bro.
Thank you.
All right.
And with that, I'm just gonna like close all of my work and just like, guess I'm doing something else tonight. So,
So,
Alejandro,
bringing you up to speed. Yes.
Yeah, this is the other thing that we did while you were out.
We did meet with Alejandro to get his thoughts, with him being not sitting on the fence when it came to Sabat, and that's not an issue. He does have a child that is in the city,
Aaron has a sister.
half sister. I'm gonna remind you that every time. that
we're gonna do the math on that later.
So near as I can tell, they're still the only known Lasombra in the city. The reason for the call is she has a possible lost childer for us to check out.
So if I remember correctly, though, the first time we were talking to Alejandro, he said that he preferred to be alone
Yes.
in the city.
He did. He very much did. He also talked at great length about what might change his mind on that sort of thing and what he might miss. He alluded to quite many things that I could not quite put my finger on, but there's more there.
So we're going to meet your sister?
Yes. No,
Okay.
technically, we're going to meet a wrestler.
Your sister's a wrestler.
No,
No.
she's not a wrestler. It's
She's
just
too small for wrestle.
terrible.
We've been to different places.
She is she's interested in making sure that we find this interesting person who seems to be a kindred that's not
wrestles?
extremely concerned with being secretive.
Seems to be. Who is Pip? I heard a voice named heard her say something named Pip over a phone.
Seems like just a friend.
Okay, I heard another voice, but it's I
If
can only hear
it's-
so far.
If it's another Lasombra, then that's another secret that Alejandro kept.
I was going to need to explain to somebody.
I mean, assuming that it's his Lasombra, but yes.
Oh, for heaven's sakes.
So we're gonna get a place and a time at some point tonight. If you want to come, my main objective is
No
to keep
questions
her
asked.
safe.
I've never seen a kindred wrestler. This is going to happen.
I'm very intrigued. I am very curious as to how exactly that works. There's
Yep.
usually a lot of marketing that happens during the daytime, so
Yep.
it's interesting.
And so, Pippa, your flyer does have the venue's address and time and title card for the evening. If you want to give it to Sybil to
Yeah, I'll give
text
it
to Aaron.
And what is his name again? I'm sorry.
The wrestler's name is Trevor Aeon.
Awesome. Great.
I'm going to text that information to you.
Got it.
Suppose we'll meet you in the parking lot, I would imagine.
Okay, can do. And I'll
Yeah,
text that back.
tell him to meet us not in this parking lot, in the other parking lot. We
And
don't
the-
want to do the train that's the driving. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I know. Other parking lot. I'm gonna specify.
Got it.
Probably multiple text messages. I don't do a big, long message. You're
Yeah.
just gonna get a lot of notifications.
Every time I think it's the last
Yeah,
message,
yeah.
I have to retype the whole
Yeah.
message because now there's a new one.
Yes.
Parking
You
lot.
really
Great.
do have a sister. Okay. Well,
She's
there's only one reason to live as long as I do, and that's to see weird crap as much as I possibly can, so that's going to happen tonight.
well, you've already had an abundance of it so far, so why not more?
Yep. All right. I'm going to text Philip. I have not spoken to him in quite a while.
Okay. What are you going to say to Philip?
Feel like a night out.
And Philip says, thought you'd never asked. I've missed you.
Oh.
You okay?
I'm good.
Okay.
I'm great. And I feel nothing at all. And I'm going to say, good, get down here.
Okay. And it'll take him about 10 to 15 minutes, but Philip does pull up out in front of the house to pick you guys up.
He's here?
It's been a while since we've seen Philip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. I mean, yeah, I know.
I mean, we haven't really been driven around by the
By the Markmobile? Yeah.
by the Markmobile most of the time, so
Let's go.
All right, I will pile into the back.
sure, yeah.
Okay.
Get
And
back.
so
I'm
everybody
gonna
gets
shotgun.
in. I will make the drive roll for Philip.
Welcome to Atlanta. Make steps and drop.
So he actually shockingly knows where he's going. He's been here before.
I believe it.
And he's taking back roads and cutting through and manages to get to the parking lot safely. Pippa, if you could please give me Dex and Drive.
All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay.
It's better than half the cast.
That is 1 success.
Traffic is really bad this time of night from where you guys met up, but you're able to pull into the parking lot and screech into a parking spot real quickly.
This is a 95 Jeep. I have no fear.
And
I'm
so-
already dead.
In the back seat and lean forward, Thomas, and go. So, how many Lasombra have you met? More than Alejandro?
Aaron? Well, no. Sorry.
It doesn't
I might
matter.
have-
It doesn't.
yeah,
It
go
matter.
on.
It doesn't matter because this one completely different. Swear to God, he's
Okay.
gonna be great.
Okay. All right.
Before they
He's
pull
gonna be
in,
fucking great.
before they pull in, as we're sitting and waiting, and I go, oh, do you like cool rocks?
I love cool rock.
I found a cool rock for you, and I will give her a red rock that I dropped on the floor, but this is a die. I found this the other night. It's very lucky. Keep it on you at all times, okay?
She's definitely gonna put it in her cleavage, like down in there.
Okay.
Yes.
It's very secure.
It's
I'm
really
gonna
in
go
there
back
and
here.
secure.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's not going anywhere. I will literally keep this on me until I die.
Again. Excellent. Great.
Wonderful. And so, Aaron, you're able to spot Sybil in a
Huh.
beat up Jeep across the parking
Hopefully
lot.
not while I'm shoving things in my shirt. I'm like,
Oh, hey, all right. Here
So
we go.
you do see this group approach your vehicle.
Oh, fuck. Wait, shit. Okay. Yeah, that's just gonna stay there.
yeah,
Yeah, no, I'm good.
we're good.
We're good. I just didn't
Did
know.
we see whatever that was, or
No.
Okay.
You guys were walking
Alright.
up as she
There's
noticed
a lot of
you.
big motion I didn't know. So.
Might have seen something down in the
Okay.
back seat.
Just did not know that was who was coming. Cool. That's cool.
I should have.
No, it's cool. It's cool.
Yeah, so Pippa, her brother, is very famous among the Atlanta kindred. She had neglected to inform you that her brother and his friends were actually the shepherds.
Yeah, I see that. So you got some. Your brother's a big shot. Okay, cool.
He's all right.
Cool. That's cool. That's cool.
So I'm gonna start moseying out of the car and probably waving rather frantically to get his attention.
Hi, Sybil.
Hi.
This is Do you get out of the house often?
No.
Okay.
Pips is pretty much my only stable
Oh,
friend.
hi.
Hi. Hi
Pippa.
there. Hi.
This is Aaron,
Anton.
Anton,
Nice to meet
and this
you.
lovely lady is.
Thomasina.
So nice to meet you.
Thomasina, this is Sybil.
Hello.
And
I am-
Pippa. Hi. It's
Pippa.
nice to meet you. Yeah.
it's nice to meet you too.
How do you two know each other?
Wrestling?
Definitely.
Oh no, we met at Sister Louisa's.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's good.
Good ping pong.
Yeah.
Excellent ping pong. Yeah.
Mhm.
It is.
And so as you guys are meeting up and chatting, there are tons of people here. This night has 4 matches happening, with the person that Pippa mentioned being listed as 3rd on the ticket for the evening on the posters outside.
Good billing.
Yes. So you have enough time to mingle and look around. For a smaller wrestling event, you probably wouldn't have expected this many people, but it's definitely a diverse and robust community, all out to support their favorite athlete.
I would think that this would be more of a like televised wrestling event crowd, but not bad. Kind of indie circuit.
I mean, Atlanta's known for its wrestling, so making a comeback, I guess.
I suppose.
It's news to me, but
Oh yeah, it always. Oh well, it would have been before you.
But
Yeah.
I heard that there was a special friend that was going to be.
Yeah.
Well-
So he had named Trevor. Trevor Aeon.
Mhm.
Apparently, his whole shtick is demon.
which not a demon.
What? Well,
Okay.
I mean,
And I
but the word on the street is he is like us, which is. I'm really excited to see that. I
I'm
wanna
intrigued
see-
about that word on that street and where that's coming from.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's what I've heard.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
As far as you would know, Pippa, it's that he has become very famous among the kindred community, with lots of kindred traveling out of state to see his shows.
Cool. So he's
Interesting.
like the people are following him around and
Yeah,
stuff. He's got
the
yeah.
He's definitely
Hogan
got
of
groupies.
Kindred vampire
Yeah.
wrestling.
He's definitely got groupies, and so your word on the street is coming from a lot of groupies.
Okay,
Is there-
Grateful Dead kind of following.
Interesting.
Grateful Dead. That's funny.
Hmm.
Before we get too far into the night, Sybil, I know you're new, and
Oh.
Alejandro might not have been able to walk you through all of the rules.
Rules.
Considering we have a school for that, I very much doubt that he has.
He is not a fan of the school. We know this.
No.
Main
Yeah.
one is
Not.
don't be seen doing anything kindred related.
And for goodness sakes, if we have tickets, let's keep them away from the light boards.
Yeah, we should, shouldn't we?
We should.
I
Cheap seats
forget.
are best for this one, yeah?
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
Is there any word as to what clan he may be a part of?
Not that I know.
I mean, I would assume Bruja. Like that feels like.
It's a little assumptive, but it could be Gangrel, could be
Somebody with some
Nosferatu if he's wearing a mask, and the wrestler, I don't know.
I mean,
guns, I would imagine.
I've seen guns on a lot of folks at this point.
Maybe that explains why Sirius is always out.
Wrong type,
He's-
but yes.
Little assumptive, but
You've never seen them in the same space.
That's true. I've never seen Sirius and this masked wrestler in the same room.
You haven't seen the Masked Wrestler.
And I feel a chill down my spine. As
speaking of guns,
Oh no.
so, all right. And you said we've been able to see the billing as far as like.
Yeah,
what's
you've been
going-
able to see the billing. You're kind of in that, like, the slow-moving horde of people that are, like,
Okay.
filtering in that bottleneck effect to get in
Yeah.
the door and
Have
get
any-
tickets.
Have any of the other matches started yet?
Not yet.
All right. Let's, I guess, get acquainted with the area first, just to be on the safe side.
I suppose it'd be worthwhile. There's a strange kindred in town with a word of mouth following. I would like to get an idea of if we have anybody else around here.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm going to. So, do you have tickets, Pippa?
Do I have tickets?
So you know that tickets are at the door. They're just $5.
Oh, cool. I mean, it's $5 at the door,
Okay.
so it should
I'll
be
cover
fine.
us.
Sure.
Okay,
Um,
so you do eventually.
Yeah, nice
The
one.
line
Nice.
kind of worms its way up to the front, and the person. How many?
I got 5,
All right, 25.
and I'm gonna give him 30.
And he takes it. Hey. All right, enjoy.
Thank you.
Anyone drinking tonight?
No.
All right, you're good.
I'm gonna head in. What's the scene inside?
And so as you walk in, the ring is in the middle, spotlights on it. Around it, there are no chairs. It is just hordes of people in this room. It's a large kind of hangar style room, packed to the brim up front, probably about 7 people deep around the ring, with one path cleared out for the wrestlers to enter and leave from. There is an announcer that has his own table off to the side. There's a concession stand back in the corner. There is a line down the right-hand side of merch tables of t-shirts, bandanas, paraphernalia from the wrestlers. And everyone's just kind of getting in, milling about, getting their beers, getting with their friends. A couple people have managed to grab some chairs and kind of go towards the back of the room. The people who maybe are not, they're just here for the show. They're not necessarily a fan.
Sure.
It's a little moshy.
As we come in, can I pop Since the Unseen just to give a quick look see, especially around like the merch table.
Okay. So you pop on Sense the Unseen, and you do see that in the back corner there is a Nosferatu just kind of chilling in a chair.
Just there to watch.
Yeah, he's just there to watch. He's
Okay.
probably here as just like actually having a night out himself.
Okay.
Uh,
I can
but
respect
aside
that.
from that, nothing else unseen.
Cool. I can respect that. Okay. Cool. God, it smells awful in here.
Well, I mean, it's a meat grinder of a building at this point, so.
Yeah, the smell of BO and stale beer and nachos is permeating the air right now.
Good. This is great.
I
My
mean-
nose is really happy about this.
I
It
mean-
smells like I'm in a locker room, but like
it's-
the worst locker room ever.
I've been to some house concerts that have been worse. So, you know,
That's-
I've crust punks anyway. This is not as bad.
Be glad you are what you are. There are those that have a much better sense of smell, and this would be fucking awful if that were the case.
And so as you guys are walking around, looking around, where are you going to be standing for the evening?
I'm not sure.
Where are the lighting boards and
Yeah, where's all
Is
the
there a
things that
booth
I
or are
can't
they out on
see?
There appears, so when you look up, there is a window at the top that appears to be the tech
booth?
room.
Perfect. Okay. Still wanting to keep these two.
So maybe just away from the announcer table.
Yeah.
So
Away
away
from
from the
mics.
announcer table, just kind of towards the back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like enough to where I can actually we can see the match, but not like all the way at the back.
No.
Okay. And so as you guys are walking around, if everyone could please give me wits and awareness.
Yay, that's a good one for me. 1, 2, 3.
And so Sybil, you will count up the dots you have in wits and awareness, and then replace
Wits?
one dice with your hunger dice.
Awareness is
Okay. And is it black dice? Any of them?
So you take all of the dice you have
Okay.
and count them up in black.
Match up to the dots that you
And
have.
just match up to however many you have. And
Okay.
one of those just gets swapped out for red dice.
Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4. No. 4, 5.
There
And
it
then,
is.
and then roll those.
Nice. In their cage.
Mm-hmm. Soft cage.
Alright.
Oh,
So we got one success.
Yeah, that's it. The other one doesn't matter.
Yep.
One success.
Yep.
Okay.
that would have been
And Thomasina?
bad.
3.
4.
Been a bad
4.
time.
Aaron?
2.
2.
Two.
2. All right, so Sybil, this is an entirely new crowd for you. You have no idea who's who here. For the three of you, you do recognize a couple familiar faces. Talia is clearly on her second beer of the evening. And then up close to the front, you can see through the ropes stands Slaughter in a Trevor Aeon shirt. that just says, "Man, shut your ass up." And she is jazzed right now. She is extremely excited, all 5 foot of her, with her bright red hair, just ready and raring to go for the evening. And you do see a couple other familiar faces, but those are the 2 that pop out for you.
Seeing familiar faces here, like particularly like Kindred and Garu, I'm gonna kick on Sense the Unseen to see who or what else I see here. Are there anything?
You see the Nosferatu in the corner.
Is there anything hidden? Is there like blood magic that's about anywhere? Just look
Nope.
around. Nothing.
And Pippa, for you, you see some other familiar faces, just 2 or 3.
Okay. Cool.
All right, and so as you guys are getting settled in, the announcer comes out and announces that the first match is starting. And the 2 wrestlers come out, loud music blaring, and they begin their match. And you guys are free to walk around, talk, hang out as this first match goes.
Oh, I'm gonna watch.
Wait.
Thomasina loves the blood sport. You just know.
You're into this.
Very much.
You getting like Carthage flashbacks or?
No.
Carthage
I'm not that old.
flashbacks.
It's
No. It's
old people things.
Old people things.
I believe you do. And I'll get up and
Yeah.
I'm gonna walk toward. I'm just leaving Sense the Unseen up. I'm walking like towards the merch booth area just to
Okay.
see like
And so
what's over there and what I can what I can catch as I look around.
Okay, and so all Sense the Unseen is giving you is that Nosferatu. The merch tables, there's 1 table per wrestler, and then there is a couple tables for the promoters for upcoming matches that they're wanting to kind of drum up a bit of buzz for.
All right. Okay. I'm just gonna kind of slow circle everything. I'm keeping like the group nearby, but I'm just sort of scanning at this point because there's already a mage and a kindred and a Garu here for a wrestler who we think is like us. So I'm just extra curious.
And there are a few more people. You'd probably wager there's maybe the 1 mage, there's just Talia, but then there's maybe like 3 or 4 Garu, but their faces you only recognize from the club. Slaughter's the only one that you know on site. And then a few kindred that you just saw during the election. They're not people that you're particularly familiar with.
Okay. Against better judgment, I'm going to move towards Talia
Okay.
just to see like how drunk out of it is she.
You can, as you get closer to her, you see that Ray, her avatar, has 1 hand around her shoulder, but the way that his hand is holding her shoulder, you can tell he is the only reason she is standing.
Good.
The night has barely begun, and she's having a wonderful time.
Yeah. Using better judgment, I'm just going to notice that and cut back the other way.
Okay.
Because she will not be of any conversational use at the moment.
And Aaron, what are you doing?
To Sybil. All right. More embarrassing questions. Are you hungry?
No,
Okay.
I'm good. It's not like this smell is particularly motivating.
Gotcha.
I'm
And,
gonna kind of listen into what's going on over here.
and can you eat from blood bags? Or is it more like you need it straight from the tap?
More of a tap kind of person, not really
Okay.
a blood bag. Kind of a little bit of chase.
Okay. If I did bring snacks if you need them, just hopefully we won't need them.
Snacks.
The only snacks that matter at this point.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, it's all right.
It's not even like flavored. You just. Oh well, yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
I
just-
appreciate the thought that counts.
Mm.
I should be okay. Probably.
Mm.
Fingers crossed.
We got you. Don't worry.
No, it's joking. I just like to see him squirm.
And over to Pippa. How long have you been in the city?
Not really that long. I'm from Georgia, but I grew up Watsonville, Athens area. It's just nice to be back. You got to cycle. Once everyone knows your face. They're dead. You can go back home. And then they always say you can't go home, but
After a while, I suppose you could.
yeah, once you cycle out of everyone. So but Athens isn't as good as it used to be. So I just came to Atlanta. It's
Okay.
much more interesting than
That's
it used to be. Yeah. Undergrad Atlanta though, trash. Used to be so much better.
So you've been here for, like, older Atlanta.
I mean, like 90s Atlanta.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm not. I was born in 67.
I wasn't saying anything.
You
So
said
how
90s?
ancient are you?
Oh, look at that wrestling, yeah.
You said 90s Atlanta, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I mean, I was alive then, so. Yeah, so.
But, like, for all of what happened.
Oh, no.
Okay.
No, I wasn't here. I mean, I just, when you live, you're in Athens, you go to the city for the weekends.
Right.
When the shows aren't that good.
Sorry, just looking to see who knew their dad through all of that.
Oh, yeah, no, I was very much elsewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know the feeling.
Thomasina, this match is brutal.
Yes,
It's
it is.
fantastic. The wrestler in the green has already dropped the other multiple times, and quite
These guys are
exciting.
really, really young and they have no control, and this is fantastic.
I'll walk back. I'll just sit next to Aaron's. What did I miss?
He did something, and then he did something.
They're all wearing spandex.
It's like two big slabs of meat slapping together. and I
So
love
this
it.
one, the guy in the green,
Yes.
this one has like amazing like lower body awareness. Like his feet action is pretty incredible, and his showmanship is amazing.
I now get a good sense of where all of your minds are. Good.
But look.
And right as Thomasina, you're getting just into it,
Yeah.
they count 3, 2, 1. The match ends in a TKO.
That is pure passion. It's amazing. Amazing.
And after that match, a few people start to kind of push their way through the crowds to kind of filter out. They just came for the first match.
I like it. It's like theater, but it's combat theater.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
With a
there's
little bit more spandex.
Depends on what theater
Very
you go
You
to.
need
Tight.
mobility. I mean, the way that it used to be. I mean, you had, granted, you're still talking like cotton clothing, but
Did a lot of professional wrestling in your day?
no, attended a lot though.
Did you know that back in the in like the late 1790s, 8 to the 1820s, there was like in England, like women pit fighters were a thing. Like it's
They had that
there's a
in-
strong
Had that in Paris too.
Friends of yours?
Oh,
I wish. They're gonna be a while before they start up again. Those guys are amazing.
Keep interesting company.
If it's the same people around you, things get stale.
that's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, you're new.
Yeah,
Yeah.
especially compared to you guys, I'd gather.
Well-
Ish.
Yeah, newish. What's newish, if I can ask? I know, asking a lady her age is.
4 months.
Little baby.
4 months.
What? You are a baby.
Yeah.
Tiny baby. You're not even. You're Gen Z.
I don't even know if they have a letter for that one yet.
Gen Z. Aww.
You all wound me.
So,
deeply.
Alejandro
apologies.
knew you. Approached
Loosely.
you?
Yeah. It's not hard to find someone, I think, that needs what he can give. As far as I was pretty poor, let's be honest here.
Need. Why do you do need that out of curiosity? Usually
I don't
it's
know, wealth, housing, food, although not really food anymore.
Well,
But
Taken care of a need one way or the other.
point.
so you were in dire straits, and he presented you a way out of said dire straits in exchange for
Companionship.
companionship.
I mean, he's a cranky old man, but everybody needs a little bit of pizzazz. He likes to act like he doesn't like my music, but I'll have you know that he does
I saw him singing along.
dance. Thank you.
Oh,
you have good
exactly.
taste in music.
I do.
I mean, I need to fix some stuff, but it is very good. So.
It's people like you that are bringing vinyl back, and I'm very appreciative. Thank you.
You'll just never catch him on karaoke. It's,
Oh no.
No.
He'll break the machine.
No. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why our game nights are just the cards.
Just the
and
cards.
the
Who is at
tokens.
Uno, apparently.
Oh, is he?
Yes, he is.
Terrible at Monopoly.
You live with him.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes only sense if you're only this young, but
Apparently a toddler, yes.
So he found you.
Yeah.
First.
I mean,
Where did he? If I can ask.
Thomasina, as best as it's nice to get to know people, it might be safe enough. The fewer Lasombra details we know, they could get spread out, the better. For now.
It's fair.
All right.
It's fair. Given the way things are currently, though we have a prime example of somebody who can change the opinion of how Lasombra are viewed in the city.
Which will take some time on,
Mm-hmm.
seeing as you brought us here.
yeah, I mean, you seem to enjoy it. I think I earned some brownie points.
No,
there.
absolutely.
Patches and all. Yeah.
The second match is now beginning.
All right.
I've lost Thomasina.
I'm
It's,
still listening a little. You can bring me in on anything you feel like is important.
And sorry, I was walking away. How do you two know each other? Because last time I met you, you had not met any other folks, and then the next time you have brand new kindred friend.
We met at Sister Louise's, just hanging
Yeah.
out,
No, yes,
seeing
yes,
the
yes.
sights.
Just within the past week, or
How long has it been?
You guys have been friends for about a month now, but you were not calling her out in front of Alejandro.
Yeah. Well, you know how my dad can be.
say no more.
Kind of better just to keep it on
Teenage
the...
rebellion. Teenage rebellion.
More like toddler rebellion, from what you're telling me, and that's
Well-
just a temper tantrum. Which...
I will tell you, there are two ways that you can look at this. Some people start counting from the moment they are embraced, and then that is their age. Or they combine the whole fucking thing together, and they are, now like 300 years old as opposed to whatever. Or you are frozen in time at whatever the age is that you are turned, and that is what you are forever, the true term of immortal. So you can either consider yourself a toddler, or you can consider yourself exactly how you were permanently.
It's a better option.
That is how I do it.
Grown-ass woman. How old are you?
The way I prefer to do it, or the way that you all seem to be implying.
Either or.
Either or. I am about 30, 33
Okay.
at this rate. But that is where I stopped.
We can all be so lucky. I'm old enough to be your mother. You know that, right?
Yeah, but that's why it's so great.
Oh, you don't even know, you don't even know, when cell phones weren't. You miss them, but you don't even know what the absence of them are like.
And see, that's the thing. If you do the whole continuing to count from when you were born all the way through, you get this I can be your mother, I can be your grandmother mentality.
Oh no.
Well, it's all continual. You don't turn into a different person. You're the same person you were when the day you were born for real.
I mean, yes, but it is. I don't know. It's a bit off-putting to look at yourself in the mirror and be like, "Oh, geez, I'm a couple hundred years old."
You're still the same person.
Yeah.
Speaking of age, how old are you?
Yeah, so I would be 21 now. So I turned New Year's of the new century.
21 years since embrace.
That's gonna be.
I
You
was
were a
take-
very good-looking baby.
Oh.
What? Sorry.
Your mom's hitting on me.
I'm just saying.
I didn't realize I can't take her out anywhere, apparently. I'm just gonna hit on all of my friends.
It's just nice to meet new people.
That's
I
fair.
don't get to meet new people often, so.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen you around here much.
No, I do a lot of reading by myself.
That's fair. Much like her father.
Yeah, a little different.
Have you met her father?
No, I imagine not.
No.
I haven't. No.
Whole bunch of secrets tonight.
I'm the fun
Which you are
delinquent
now a
friend.
part of.
It's at some point he's going to like find out these things.
Eventually, but that is later Sybil's
just
problem,
roped
not
me into it
current
now.
You know, I mean,
Sybil's problem.
granted, he does not have to find out these things.
Yeah, there is that. He is right. You have very correct friends.
And Thomasina, this match is going very interestingly. It seems to be evenly matched in skill. One kind of gets the upper hand, and then it switches right back to the other.
Yeah.
And the crowd's getting a bit agitated that no big action has happened yet.
Yeah. These guys, they're good. This is a producer issue. This is a pairing. I would have put. Okay, so you see this guy over at like the purple right here.
Yes.
So this guy, he probably comes from some Olympic track or something like that. He's good, but they've got him with another kid who must have been a gymnast or something like that. Like they're very professional. They need some conflict, and they're not going to get it here. They don't even have competition here. This is.
Thomasina, I have to ask a very important question.
Go for it.
Is wrestling fake?
Even if it is, it takes skill. It takes an incredible amount of skill. The same amount of
fake.
It's deeply fake.
It's not fake. It's a narrative. Like I said,
It's like
this
theater.
one. This one has it right.
Yes, it's like theater.
Okay.
it's masculine drag performance.
But the important thing is
Theater.
that
Theater.
you know, when you get dropped on your ass on that little piece of plywood that's under the canvas, it still fucking hurts.
The control that it takes to do this is not dissimilar from the control it takes to learn how to live as we do. It's
Manner of speaking.
there are similarities, and similarities in terms of when the struggles are worthwhile or not. God,
Big slutty slabs of meat.
that doesn't hurt neither.
And unfortunately, this match is called, ending in a draw, with the crowd booing, furious. And the announcer comes out, holding out his hands, and goes, "Don't worry, folks, don't worry, don't worry. A draw now doesn't mean a draw for the end of the night. These two will have a rematch at the end of the night, and we guarantee a winner." And you see as his eyes cut to both performers quite intensely before the two of them exit.
Who do you think's gonna throw the match?
Doesn't matter. Just make it a good show, for God's sake. That's the other thing. These guys, they're amazing fighters. They're really, really great. Their crowd work, what crowd work? Like, that's all this is. It's a massive, massive show. And it takes some skill, and it takes some training and some experience, and it's all that it would need. Just play out to them a little bit. My God.
Storyteller, as I look around, is anyone taking bets?
If they are, they're keeping it very under. You do see one individual that is wearing a specific set of purple-rimmed sunglasses on his head, and he seems to be snaking through the crowd. But that's about all you can notice right now.
Okay. I'm going to make a note to, when they come our way, to try to get their attention.
Okay.
Is there you said that I recognize some people. Is there anyone that is close by to me or to us?
So, as you're looking around, one makes eye contact with you
Mm-hmm.
and stays back.
I can't wait to see him go up there. Oh, I wonder. Like, I just need to know how he doesn't just snap the people in half. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, that's a
Well, either
really interesting question.
either he is very old and thus controlled, or he does not have the ability to do that.
We'll find out. But I've seen people that have done some significant damage to each other.
That is a weird question.
Yeah.
Good thing I'm called the Ghostbusters. That's what you guys are. Ghostbusters, Scooby-Doo gang, Buffy's group, but like in reverse.
Oh no, we didn't have that.
reverse Buffy. Yeah.
We didn't have that
Reverse
great of
Buffy.
luck with ghosts last time.
No, we didn't. Ghosts are
Yeah.
hard.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Do you see ghosts too? That's a weird question.
I see dead people.
Yeah.
Okay.
I see
Okay.
dead people.
All right.
So, Sybil, you know that your father has that ability, but
Yeah.
you yourself do not have the ability to see ghosts.
No, not myself personally.
Gotcha.
Just offer a line.
Hearing them talk about this, I'm sitting there, and just because I haven't been able to quite get the hang of it yet, I'm gonna like try to focus to kick on Oblivion's side to see if it manages to kick on, because I can't get the hang of it for some reason.
Okay, so as you stress and strain, eventually your vision goes black, and anyone looking at Anton, you see his pupils go completely black, and the rest of his eye follows. And you look up, and everything is very weird and very different. And you know that it probably worked, but there is nothing really showing. You can see a bit of a fuzz around Aaron and a stronger fuzz around Sybil, showing that they are touched by Oblivion. But nothing else really shows to you.
Do we see that?
Everyone saw that.
If you were looking at me, you saw it. If
Okay.
you weren't looking at me, then you didn't.
I saw the twitch.
And Sybil, you know your dad's done this.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
I didn't know there were more Lasombra in the city.
there aren't.
There aren't.
Oh, you have something you shouldn't.
You really have something you shouldn't.
Ooh, tell me about it. How?
Don't know. Only just figured it out.
No, you would know how you.
No, I mean, like, I just sat there and I was trying to focus. I've been trying to focus for a while and I couldn't quite get the hang of it. And I finally just...
Know how you have what you don't. You shouldn't. There are things that some of us can do that others shouldn't be able to do.
Well,
and that is one of them.
I'm a little familiar.
There's quite I have quite the checkered past.
Yeah, I'm sure.
The beginning of the century was it's a spotty time for us.
Have I heard of him outside of hearing the shepherds?
Yes. And we will cover that right after we come back from break. So we are going to take a short break, and we will be right back with you guys in a little bit for part 2 and our third match. So, where did we leave off?
Kicking up towards the third match.
Yep.
It's coming up, but everybody just sort of stared at
Yes.
Anton as he did
So-
Oblivion Sight and is passing it off as the
Anton
Final
has
Nights.
something that he should not have.
And he's currently passing it off as something from the Final Night's time.
So Tyler,
And
would
Pippa,
I
you do remember.
be familiar? I assume kind of because of what Aaron is to me that something like that could be done.
Yeah, you're aware, especially with what Aaron has gone through, that people can gain powers from other people, and you were secretly home when Aaron came to feed from Alejandro to gain his full powers. So you know that it would take feeding from a Lasombra or someone with Lasombra powers in order to gain that ability.
Okay.
The Final Nights were a very difficult time for many of us, and we had to survive.
Clearly.
We had to survive how we did.
Hmm.
When,
Break some rules, huh?
well, it's a bit relative at that point, considering,
Is it?
yeah, considering that we had our entire court publicly mass murdered and the entire city overthrown. I would say that breaking a couple of rules in the name of self-survival is turnabout.
Don't you think that's a little hypocritical, though?
I'm a little familiar with
No,
that.
I never killed anybody that didn't try to kill me first.
That's not what I'm talking about, but all right.
And so now it's time for the third match, and the crowd has gone completely and painfully quiet. This crowd that was at least chatting between the matches and getting excited for the start of the next one are now frozen almost completely still. The first athlete comes out and gets into the ring with the crowd not really reacting much to his presence at all. He doesn't appear to be put off by the silence or the lack of cheers. It seems like he's probably had to deal with this before. And then you hear from the speaker system the announcer coming over. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the moment you've all been waiting for. The Hellspawn, the original gothic gangster, the big bat. It's Trevor Aeon. And his music begins, Nocturna Dreams by Neon Zagain, causing the crowd to break into an excitement like you've never seen before. as if completely possessed by a frenzy. They are completely wild right now for this match. And out comes Trevor. Medium height, muscular built black man with straight black hair about to his chin. He's wearing a red leather dragon mask with black horns and a red leather pauldron that extends across his chest. And something about his presence is overwhelming. It's not unsettling, but it's not joyous either. I need all of you to make a willpower roll.
To count up your willpower dots, I have a little bit of a different
Five,
layout.
6.
These guys?
Yep. So whatever white ones
One
you
of
have.
them. That's a stone.
Thomasina?
So if I
One.
do I
5
need-
critical.
do I need to
Five
do-
critical.
Same replacement, yeah.
Okay.
3.
3.
Yes, it's 3.
5.
5.
Uh,
2.
2.
2. Okay, so for Thomasina and Sybil, it's uncomfortable being in his presence. Something feels like something's sitting on your chest. This is grander than any kindred you've been around. And Sybil, you've been around your dad, who is quite powerful. And Thomasina, you've been around people much more powerful. And it almost hurts to be in the presence of this power. And for everyone else, you notice it, but it's not affecting you as much. But there is something much more intense about this guy than anything you've experienced before.
And I'm immediately curious. I'm going to rouse intelligence, and I'm good. And then I'm going to try to scribe the soul on him as he walks up, because now I have to know.
Okay.
I get hunger, so I'm at 2 hunger.
Okay.
No, I have enough.
7 critical on Scribe the Soul. So that is a lot of things. Emotion, psyche, emotional state. What if they're a supernatural being, and if I'm familiar, what kind? Under the influence of blood, sorcery, or other magic, and critical is something unexpected, as determined by you.
Okay. So, his general state, he's excited, he's focused, he's determined. General demeanor you would expect from a wrestler about to perform. Unfortunately, you can't get a read on just what he is, but he is definitely not kindred, and he's definitely not human. No matter how hard you try, the only thing you can be certain of is just that he is absolutely not human.
And I'm imagining he doesn't line up with anything else. I've met quite a few supernatural in this city. I imagine he's not lining up with any of them, or would be familiar
No.
to me.
The ones that you would be familiar with, changelings, mages, Garu, he's definitely not any of that.
And is that everything that I pull from him?
Yes,
Okay.
and your unexpected thing,
Yeah.
he has eaten recently, whatever that means.
Uh-huh.
He is satiated, so you don't get a read of anything like hunger from him. Everything about his demeanor and his personality is focused and determined and calm, very zen and hype for the match that he is about to have.
Who exactly told you that this was one of us?
It's the word on the street that I've heard. Just, he's got groupies that follow him around.
And
Look
the,
on your face.
I mean, obviously, look at that.
and the word on the street is that he is one of us.
Yeah.
It's possible, but
No. No. No.
I mean, do demons exist?
I don't know the answer to that, Aaron, but I have met quite a few supernatural in the city. You have met most of the kinds I have met since you met me. And I have never met anything like that.
neither have I.
And he
If I-
removes his mask and his pauldron to get ready for the match, and you can see even without the gear, he's got red contacts, potentially very stern, determined face. Not unattractive, Thomasina, but definitely to all of you, it's at least clear that he is not human.
No, it's more than that. He doesn't line up.
And since the unseen, nothing.
Nothing that you can detect.
And he's been fighting for a while?
Do I know how long he's been fighting?
The groupies tell you he's been in the circuits for about 10 to 15 years, but he's really rose to prominence in the last 3-4 years.
He's been around. I guess he's been really getting popular the last few years, 3-4-ish.
Do they do like deals with the devil for pro wrestling success?
You know, there's a Twilight episode about that, I'm sure.
I know. I take no hubris in saying I know a lot. And
Clearly.
This is completely fucking outside of my wheelhouse.
And Pippa, you remember, similar to his intro here, he has been introduced as, his code is the Hell Spawn, the original Gothic gangster. He is put out as a demon-themed wrestler.
So
The theme has always been demonic.
I think he's hiding in plain sight.
I think that's fucking brilliant.
For him, maybe. I don't know.
I want
The rest
to...
of
Oh,
And so
it's
the match-
way better.
The match opens, and he immediately has the other guy in the ropes,
I don't know how
dominating
I feel.
from straight out the gate.
I don't know how I feel about this.
And the crowd is into it. It's nearly the pit at a metal show. The crowd is going absolutely wild for this. You can tell this is what all of them have waited tonight for.
Is he, really, getting into the guy?
He is not losing control, but he is clearly dominating the fight. He seems to carry the persona of the heel, but he's dominating like a face.
I think we may want to not be in the middle of all of this if this is building up the way
Oh
it is.
no, we want to be here. This is awesome.
I don't.
At least a few steps back out of the pit.
Come on, let's go. Come on, let's get in further. Come on,
I
Come on.
really should stay with Aaron.
come on.
And-
Teenage rebellion. Come on, when
This is-
do you get to see this stuff?
I'm sorry. This is not a matter of teenage rebellion. This is the possible existence of demons, which opens a door to a whole bunch of other shit that
And I've
we have
got
to
a door
unpack here.
oblivion, so that's really not. I don't need any more doors.
Well,
No more
one,
doors.
that's a whole other philosophy thing we can talk about
Exactly.
later. This is awesome. Come on. And I'm actually going to take her arm gently and just kind of pull her kind of closer.
And you guys can kind of get into the back of the crowd. Closer to the ring is a little too dense. You can kind of get among the people, and it's definitely an infectious energy from the crowd going into it. The other wrestler is holding his own. It's definitely a well-paired match. It's paired to obviously make Trevor look his best, but the other wrestler is giving it his all. This is not a cause for concern, but it's definitely more hype than you have seen all night.
Yeah.
Sorry, John, I'm going to do something.
Okay.
With how everybody jumped up into a frenzy, and with what I just saw, and with how Pippa was so insistent on pulling Sybil in, I want to scry the soul on Pippa. See what's going on.
Okay. Make me the appropriate rolls.
I get hungry again.
Oh.
That's okay.
So hunger 3.
Yep.
You now have a hard pit in your stomach that you're not quite sure if it's from Trevor's presence or if it's from your own hunger.
But that's okay, because it's 9 critical.
Oh.
9 critical.
Oh, no.
Okay? And so
So that's, again, the emotional state, vampire, werewolf, other
like
supernatural being,
He's got your high school transcript.
under the influence of blood sorcery, committed diablerie in the last year, critical win is unexpected.
okay. So Pippa, what is your current emotional state?
I'm jazzed. This is, this is so cool. Oh, you never get, there's some philosophy here that's kind of being, it's really cool. I'm
So
just
she's
super
having the
into
time
it.
of her life.
All right.
She is indeed kindred,
Mm-hmm.
Tremere.
Okay.
And have you committed diablerie in the last year?
No.
Are you currently under the effects of blood sorcery?
or any kind of magic such as the demon stuff that's going on?
You are not under the effect of the demon.
Okay. No. Then blood bonds. Does that count?
Blood bonds would count.
Yes.
Okay.
But you are unable to discern information on said blood bond.
All right.
And then something unexpected, you would gather that there are people here that Pippa knows, and she has not mentioned it yet.
Oh, this is so cool. You be excited! This is cool!
This is
How
cool.
often do you get to see demons?
You know, I think I could do with some less demons,
Evan.
fewer demons.
Evan, perhaps you want... since they're up, Evan, perhaps you want to get your sister back here.
Yeah.
Sybil,
I'm definitely gonna immediately start walking over to her.
And once she starts scooting, I will...
a little
Okay.
lesson on peer pressure.
Yeah,
Let's,
yeah.
I'm going to be my role. Let's just take a step back.
Yes.
And so the
yes,
other wrestler
yes.
is starting to look tired as the match goes on. His moves aren't landing as hard as they did in the beginning. But Trevor appears to still be going quite strong. And suddenly he grabs the man, lifts him horizontally, looking like he's about to do a side slam, but flips him in the air into a scoop slam and drops him straight onto the ground. And the crowd erupts into a frenzy of cheering, with the announcer screaming, "There it is, folks! There it is! The bitter collapse! How will Colin even recover from this?" And he's not.
Yeah.
He's not getting up. The crowd's roaring and cheering, and Trevor stands up to have his hand taken by the announcer as he is declared the victor.
Is Colin moving like at all?
He's
Yeah.
moving.
Okay.
He's just
Me
he's
too.
moving. He's moving, but he is finished.
That's
Yeah.
fine. I was just like,
And he
Series
says,
wrap.
"Well, ladies and gentlemen, when you battle a demon, you're bound to lose, ain't that right?" And the crowd screams again, pushing their way towards the mat to get a look at Trevor. And then the lights go out. And the lights are out for only a moment. And as they come back up, Trevor's gone.
Well, there you have it.
What it was by the people that are around. Does that look like that was supposed to happen?
Yeah, everyone's just like, yeah! And they're like loving the exit, and you can see a few of them kind of making their way over to merch tables. The crowd is more heavily clearing out. The fourth build was not intended to be clearly the big show of the evening, and people are more milling about now. Slaughter is already over at the merch table.
Between that and then the unexpected thing I found, I'm now looking around just to see if people are looking over towards us, and I'm kicking on Sense the Unseen. I'm just looking like just sort of a full scan around.
Give me wits and awareness.
Okay. Three.
3. Nothing.
Nothing?
There's nothing you can see. The crowd is really just too dense. There's easily probably about 300 people here.
Okay. And I'm having Sense the Unseen up in case like anything that is not detectable. Is
The
going on.
Nosferatu at the back is just like... He's just mouth agape, just like completely in awe of what he just saw.
Oh, we gotta go get merch. We gotta go to the merch table.
Yeah.
May I please take your sister to the merch table? Pretty please.
Sure, just get her something pretty.
I will.
Thanks.
Would you please like to come to the merch table with me without any peer pressure?
As long as there aren't any demons.
Actually, I can't say that there will or will not be.
That's fair.
You know
All
what?
right, so,
I'm gonna go with you.
okay.
Okay, cool.
Okay. Girls trip to the merch table.
Yeah.
And so you guys head over to the merch table, and there is a stunning black woman sitting at the table with long hair, gorgeous makeup. And the merch table contains t-shirts. They're the similar ones to what Slaughter is wearing, Man Shut Your Ass Up. Some with Trevor's logo on them. Some that say, for the culture, for the subculture, for the culture. And next to that are books that are vampire fiction. And the author picture on them matches the woman sitting at the table. And she walks up and she says, "What can I get you?"
I'm immediately looking at the vampire fiction. I'm not going to say anything. I'm just perusing.
And she's like, "Oh, those are mine."
They're nice.
Thank
I'm just
you.
Gonna take a little peek. I always like to go a little bit into the book to see if it's any good.
Mm-hmm.
Just flipping.
I'm gonna. What sizes do you have in the for the occulture?
We have everything up to 5X.
All right. Give me 1XL.
Gotcha. It'll be 25.
Do you guys scan right here?
Yeah.
Okay.
I got
Cover card.
square. Fucking signal in here.
Yeah, I bet it's something.
There it is. All right. Here you go.
Thank
Just
you.
like scoot over.
2X occulture. How does he do that?
Been training all his life for it, and she's like grabbing a
No,
shirt.
but how does he do that? And I lean over and I kind of get in her space. I'm just like,
And she leans in and goes, "Better than you have tried." $25.
$25.
okay, and I'll pull $25 out and I'll give it
And
to
she
her.
hands you the T-shirt.
Okay. All right, I see you. Okay.
I'm just gonna look at the book and just like, so you said these are yours.
Yeah, I write.
What's your name?
SC.
I'll take it.
Santa Claus?
If
We
only.
found
I'm
it.
Trevor's wife.
Oh, okay, yeah. So you've been on the circuit with him.
Of course, the whole time.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
So it's been a while?
Yeah.
Yeah. Some years.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And Atlanta is kind of a just usual circuit for you, or?
We're originally from here, so
Oh, wow. Okay.
it's always a bit of a homecoming show
Mm-hmm.
to come back.
Interesting. And Colin, the guy he's up against, you guys been touring with him, or is he new?
He's new. He's a newer local upstart. Pretty good from what I can tell if he holds his own that much.
Yeah, he clearly does. Trevor's got a show.
He does.
He's got something magic, you might say.
A real presence.
He does.
I see. Do you ever separate from him to go do book stuff anywhere else, or?
I do book stuff sometimes. I'm usually like live streaming writing and
Yeah.
hanging out with people.
What's your channel?
Oh, here.
Just- yeah.
And she takes a business card and writes down her streaming channel and hands it over to you.
Could I get one of those too?
Yeah.
Thank you. Awesome. Where do you get the inspiration for your books? There's a lot of vampire fiction going around these days.
Yeah, I
How do
read
you
a
keep
lot
it
of
fresh?
Well, you know, most people only care about pretty white vampires. No offense. So, we do it for the culture.
And the culture.
Exactly.
Mm.
You sure you don't want to spill any trade secrets?
Why would I? Then I'd have competition.
Do I look like...
I don't think you can write black vampire literature now.
Oh, no, I'm not talking about your... I'm sure your books are excellent. I'll buy one. No, your husband.
What about him?
Just a little... What if I, incentivize it? Give me just a little taste of what's going on.
He trains his ass off every single day.
Oh, but it's more than that. Come on.
It could be,
Are
but
you alluding that my husband takes steroids?
Definitely. That's what she was alluding to. Nothing else.
No, it's-
Really. Just
she's only been to maybe one show before. It's a little overwhelming. Let's just get the merch back to the guys just really quick. But SE, thank you. I'll probably be reaching out to you just to see. There's a couple of book shows that come up, especially in the spring, and I think it's very important to have some representation there.
Absolutely, thank you. I'll look forward to hearing from you. Y'all have a good
politely
night.
Put the book back.
I'll take the book and I'll
Okay.
give her, however much it is.
Yeah, and she takes the money and hands you the book.
Thank you. I'll be in touch. Come on. What? We had her...
Not out here. Not out here. She's not comfortable here.
Who cares?
Also, whatever it is,
If you put her in a position, like, you
Not
stress people out,
rushed.
they'll answer.
Yeah, but when there's a lot of other people that might also want answers, this is not that time.
And I don't think
I-
he's in our club, if you get what I'm
I know
saying.
he's not in our
Especially
club,
not by
but
our dear friend's reaction. I would say that we maybe should be a little bit more concerned.
I'm fascinated.
As you should be. But let's take this fascination into a longer game and
Long game.
pace ourselves on that one a little bit. You'll be able to learn more under other contexts, which I think you'll find more fascinating than... You might not find it more fascinating. This was a hell of a night, but...
And the fourth match is about to start. There's considerably less people here. It's gone from about 300 to about 80.
Oh.
I'm going to try to make noise just so that they feel a little bit more like there's another crowd happening. I'm like, I don't know.
Holler to make up for
it.
it.
Be like, good job. I don't know what's happening, but you did great.
I'm going to go over and just kind of go... I'm going to get to Aaron. I'm just going to say, I got you a sleeping shirt. Let's talk. And I'm gonna try and like get you just over towards like an exit or something like that.
Sure. I'm gonna follow behind because I was gonna say something to Aaron while they were gone, but if they're cutting away, then I'm just gonna follow along with.
You might want to go back with. If you could go keep an eye on Sybil and.
Yes, I can. I just wanted to make sure that you both knew to keep an eye on people that might be keeping an eye on us, because Sybil's friend definitely knows other people here, and I don't think it's the same people that I know here.
You're not the only one who can see stuff they shouldn't.
I'll double back towards those two.
Okay. And Thomasina and Aaron, you do make your way towards kind of one of the bay door exit things, one of the more emergency exits, not where everyone's filing out of.
Sure.
One question. You allowed this? This wasn't coerced.
Yes.
That's it.
I was like prepared.
You've said before that you do not want that happening to you. You're okay?
Yeah. It was a lot at first, but it was safe, and I needed more answers than I was ever going to get from just doing nothing.
Okay. And he has been... He doesn't look like he's holding up well.
I need to check in with him.
Yeah. But...
This is a big shirt.
It's a sleep-in shirt. We used to sleep in just whatever was going to wash the easiest, and that was usually two sheets just kind of sewn together from the neck and wrists. So they've adapted to something not any more fashionable at all, but it was also an excuse to talk to someone who we want to talk to again. She is interesting in a few ways. But we'll talk about that back with the group. That's all I needed to know.
Sure.
So I'm going to head back over to all of them.
I've already cut over towards them, just
I'm still hooping and hollering.
grouping up.
Yeah, so you do walk up as Pippa's hanging out with Sybil, and Sybil is really trying to make up for the lack of crowd.
I will half-heartedly, I'm like flipping through the book.
It's very well written. Very good book.
Got some energy.
Is there a... From a bear flip through, has she taken inspiration from real life at all?
You can't tell from flipping through because thanks to how the Camarilla has infiltrated Hollywood and its perceptions, a lot of stuff is true to life, but a lot of stuff maybe not. It would be difficult to discern if that was intentional or unintentional in her text.
I just look over and go, you brought the book to a wrestling show?
I bought a book at a wrestling show. She writes
Vastly different situations.
vampire fiction.
And she's
You're...
interesting.
Hello.
Hello. How's the match going so far right now, Storyteller?
It's going pretty good. It's decent. One guy definitely clearly better than the other. They're fighting similar to, these are probably newer guys that they put them on the end of the ticket just to get them after the headliner, get them good experience.
Yeah.
So it's not a great match, but it's definitely getting there.
Okay, it's got some entertainment value to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
They're doing great on the showmanship, just got to work on the technique a little bit.
I appreciate that. Her name's Essie. She's the wife of that.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And she writes vampire fiction.
And she is the wife. She's there's a whole relationship.
I wonder if she knows she's sleeping with, like, the actual devil.
I mean, probably not the devil, but you know.
She knows. She has to
She's
know.
been with him for years.
Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't be the first time that a human and not human have been together.
I mean,
No.
I could have probably gotten some out of her if I wasn't dragged away, but whatever.
Oh God, you were asking her, like, point blank?
Well, no, of course not. Not in so many words, but I mean, what's the use of pussyfooting around?
She's very curious.
I'm curious. What if there is a fascinating thing in front of me? Of course I'm going to ask questions, and of course, like, there's no use, like, couching it in clever terms. Come on, we all know.
Eventually there might be, but
I think
she did okay.
I mean, there's something to be said about, holding cards to the chest until it is ready to reveal them, not just dumping your hand up front.
I find having your hand all out in one go is
That's what she said.
anyway. I mean, like I said, if the truth is out there and we all know, maybe there's, and she feels uncomfortable, she'll, panic and say something. I mean, that's how you question people. Do you not know how to question people?
I know
Of all people?
I know very well how to question people.
Oh, no, I'm aware, yeah.
The next step is waterboarding.
No, there's
No,
several
there's-
steps between then and there, Sybil. But good news is we do have people who are experienced with asking questions.
We do. And interesting point though, you have all of that was in the ring that did. I would like to know exactly what was happening to Colin, which that's a stage name.
He was getting his ass kicked is what was happening.
Yeah, but he didn't die.
Well, no, yeah, because
I don't know.
Thomasina, if you want to make me wits and awareness real quick.
because it's professional wrestling.
Did he die? Oh no. Nope.
Oh,
Is it?
it's the bestial failure.
No, it's at a bestial failure mid talk. It catches your eye that Colin's leaving,
Okay.
and he's got a bloody
Oh, no.
lip, a black eye, and everything.
no.
And you can't help yourself, and you see him, you just go, "There's Colin!"
Like I said, there he is.
Yes.
Oh, now what happened is subtlety.
I got excited.
You okay?
He's alive. My God, he's
I-
barely, but
It's still a professional wrestling match. It's not actual gladiator tournament.
it could have been though. God
I
damn.
mean, like I said, I've not experienced something like that before, but I would like to assume if he is doing this for many years, he knows how to play the game.
Someone's gonna know how he's Bilbo Bagginsing out of the wrestling match like that.
Yeah. Well-
Storyteller, are there any of our known kindred that we've seen before still hanging around?
Most of them have already left. They came for the headliner. The only person that you recognize still here is Slaughter is now kicked back in one of the chairs towards the back, and she just has a beer and she's just relaxing in her new t-shirt.
Are my friends here?
Yes.
Cool. Cool.
Do we want to meet this guy?
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Has Colin left already?
Yeah, Colin was on his way out
Son
the
of a-
exit,
All right.
and there's no sign of Trevor.
Bluntly speaking, I don't know if we even would be able to meet him, but I am.
Y'all have access to money. You can grease some palms.
I have access to his wife's internet information. That's about as good as it's going to get for
I
right
would
now.
be willing to meet him another time, perhaps not in home turf. You saw how everybody reacted. I imagine that he is responsible for that, and depending on what mythos you pulling from that, perhaps we meet him not in his domain.
Yeah.
Way more hesitant than I thought you were going to be.
He's been around for a minute, so
Yeah.
I like.
He's not going anywhere.
I want to do a little bit more research now that I am more than a little bit
Primary
suspicious.
source research is the best kind of resource.
Primary source research is usually how you get eaten by a fucking bear.
And still, we're still technically shepherds. We this doesn't seem exactly our purview. So if we get the chance to research before we head on into
Yeah, I
the
don't
situation.
think they really asked you guys to include all the demons in the roundup, did they?
No, it's very much outside of our purview. Excuse me for a second, and I'm going to actually back out, and I'm going to circle towards Slaughter while they talk.
Yeah, and Slaughter catches your eye and goes, "Oh, hey, what's up?"
Hey, Slaughter, yeah?
Yeah.
I didn't realize you were such a fan. Then I saw you here.
Do you like wrestling?
I do.
I didn't know Kindred liked wrestling. Do you come to wrestling a lot?
I do not. My friend
Would you like a
apparently
beer?
does.
Can you have a beer?
I cannot. But thank
Okay.
you. But thank you. No, I like it. I watched it a lot more when I was.
Who'd you come to see?
The point at her shirt, the headline.
Oh yeah, he's my favorite. He's been wrestling a long time.
Apparently, he's very, very good.
Yeah.
Hey, you tend to have a lot of questions every time I see you.
Yeah.
Cool. I was wondering if I could ask you a question beyond that one.
I'm not used to being asked questions.
You're asking me a lot of questions about things that I know, and that is my skill. But I want to ask you about one that might be your skill.
Okay.
Is it presumptive to assume that all like you have particularly good sense of smell, able to pick out things in a crowd?
You want to know if all the werewolves can smell good?
I'm curious, more so if you can.
You chose to ask a question. It was a really simple one. Yes.
Yes. Great. Well, the question that piggybacks into another question. So, the people I was with, and I'm like sort of point through me, like.
I'm just like,
Yeah.
Oh, you came with a bunch of them.
Yeah.
What are their names? I haven't met them. Where's the blonde one?
She is busy.
Okay.
But yes, those are my.
Are they cool?
They are. Yeah,
Does
mostly cool.
Mooney
yes.
know them? Wait, no. Those two came to the club. Okay, I don't know the other two.
Yeah, you don't know the other two, but I wanted to ask.
waving
But I wanted to ask.
very frantically.
Yes. And I can possibly introduce you after. But I wanted to ask if you could, without pointing, tell me: are there more here?
More of me?
More of us?
More of you? Without pointing.
Yes, because I've gotten the suspicion that there's more than I've had account for here, and I
How
don't.
do I point without pointing?
Maybe just tell me where they are. You know how clocks? Clock like 12, 1, 2, 3, 4.
But like my 12 is different than your 12. My 12 is your 6.
Well, then use your 12, and I'll just do the math.
That's a lot of math.
Just you use your 12, and I'll just do it myself.
Okay. Oh, it smells really bad in here.
I figured. I apologize.
Sorry, you all smell bad too.
Mm-hmm. That's why I came to you.
You smell like a worm.
I'll have to ask about that again sometime.
All right. Like maybe a handful more. I don't know. You have a lot of friends, and it's really gross in here.
That's fair, but handful more that aren't over with the group that I'm with.
I don't know.
Okay.
It's everything in here smells like a lot.
That's
Honestly,
very
I kind
fair.
of can smell my beer and you like really well right now.
Very fair. Tell you what, I'm actually I'm gonna pull just scrap paper out and one of the pens I use for just for ritual shit, and I'm gonna write my number down. But if you encounter somebody here that is not one of us and they smell like us, text me. Let me know, please.
Okay, can I text you questions?
Occasionally, but not too much. This is being billed through our higher ups.
How much is too much?
Let's limit to 3 questions a day.
Oh, thank you. I thought you were gonna say 1. 3's way better.
No, I'm more talkative than the others.
Okay. All right.
Thank you very much, Slaughter.
Okay, have fun.
Thank you, and I'll double back toward the others.
And she slinks back in her chair with her beer.
Who's that?
Interspecies relations.
That sounds like an interesting tagline for you.
Garu,
Oh,
werewolf.
okay.
Who also is big on asking questions.
She likes questions.
She very much does.
Yes.
Oh, I like her then.
I'm sure
You
would.
might.
What is that supposed to mean?
I'm leaving a margin for error on that calculation.
She. It depends on how much you like answering questions, whether or not you like her.
Wow.
I like answering questions. It's part of my job. Others, not so much.
And you gotta answer him quick, or she's just
So
gonna go right
She
to
will
the
keep
next one.
going.
No, I mean, I taught undergrads once. I get it.
What'd you teach?
History.
Where?
UGA.
That's where I did my undergrad.
Oh.
How long ago did you teach there?
Oh, I mean, I was working on my master's and then my PhD. Yeah. So you get the shit detail, but you know.
like how long ago?
God, how long ago was it?
Not anytime recently.
Oh, so I was working on it in '95,
Oh.
and then so it was '88 when I got my master's. You know,
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
That's
yeah.
a minute.
So
When all the good shows were, yeah. But no, I get it.
Got
I mean, I ask a lot of questions, but there's a lot to be learned, and if you keep asking questions, you'll understand your.
Anton, your phone pings.
Okay,
Oh boy.
check it.
It's a message from Slaughter.
Uh-huh.
It says, I heard some of you can't use phones. Can you reply?
Yes, send.
Okay.
Okay. Ah, I finished my undergrad there about 20 years before you did.
Huh. In what?
History.
What's your specialty?
Secret societies.
Huh.
That's fitting.
Interesting.
Taught at Emory for a while.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Mm.
The match has now ended with a TKO. And the crowd that is remaining is just, yeah.
Yeah.
And
It's kind of
The-
sad at this point.
the wrestlers begin to leave, and the remaining people file over to the merch booth, and they're polishing off their beers.
I think that's night.
yeah.
So you're sure you don't want to go and talk to them?
Mm.
I think there's a possibility now that we have seen that and knowing that that has been on the circuit as long as it has.
Anton, your phone pings.
Okay.
It's a message from Slaughter.
Mm.
And it says, cool, which kind can't answer phones?
You can just point.
Yeah, I was gonna like kind of actually because I'm gonna look around. I don't know if she's in eyeliner me still or not.
Yeah, she is.
Okay.
She's like looking at you,
Right.
waiting for you to respond.
Then I'm gonna point at Sybil. Just go, and I'll think for a minute. I'll go. Go away.
I don't know what that was about.
That was a terrible wave.
Sorry.
Thank you.
Is that better? Oh no.
So cute, brothers and sisters.
She likes to learn a lot. So
Huh.
I'm willing to answer questions. I am answering questions that I think should be basic fucking knowledge.
And she's cool with our kind?
The locals are relatively cool with our kind, so long as we don't tread into their territory.
You are familiar that the local Garu are all glasswalkers, and
Okay.
they do own a club, but kindred are not allowed.
Okay.
So long as we don't tread into their territory and cause too much of a thing, they're decent with us. Some of them like us more than others. She doesn't quite like us, but she is fascinated. And I answer her questions.
Anton, your phone pings.
Okay?
And you have a message
Mm.
that says, what are their names?
My friend would like to know your names, if you are comfortable with this.
The nice little.
Yes.
Absolutely. She seems very nice.
Um,
His name is.
Yours
Aaron.
she probably already knows,
I
but she's
thought you
forgotten.
were like not to be known about. From
That is true.
Alejandro.
That's true, that would cause a...
I mean, do
bump in things.
do they count really?
I don't know if they would wind up talking with him.
I
It's
don't
not like
think
he's
she's
gonna-
much of a gossip, but if anyone was able to let spill,
The
it would be
beans?
Slaughter.
I would
The
be very
bird,
impressed if she
the-
managed to make it spill all the way back to Alejandro, though. I'm going to reply to her, Aaron and S.
That works.
And your phone immediately pings again.
Mhm.
That says, am I allowed to ask a fourth question just because it's me?
I'll say, don't you mean a fifth question now? Good luck.
And you get back 3 crying laughing emojis with, is S single?
We'll find out. And send.
Okay.
Do you think I could get her phone number? I just have a lot of questions. Normally, you can't get that close to them
You could always just go
because
talk to
then
her.
you know it's like your
I'm
head's
sure
off.
she'd be
And
happy to talk.
You could always just go talk to her.
oh, why not? I'll go over and talk to her.
Yeah.
You're ready to make friends with the demon wife, so I mean.
Yeah, I mean, go see how it goes.
What's stop now?
Want to come with?
Sure.
What?
Just tag along.
And so you guys go over, and she sits up like mid-drink. She's like, "Hi, I'm Slaughter."
Hi, I just want to say hi. It's so nice to meet you. Shake your hand. So I hear tell that you are guard.
Yeah, Glasswalker.
That's really cool. I don't ever get to talk to sometimes.
Oh yeah,
people
we don't
you.
like your kind.
I am well aware. Yeah, I am super
That's
aware.
okay.
You should see some scars. Could I get your number?
Can I ask you questions if I give you my number?
How many?
How many am I allowed?
I like the way that she thinks. As many as you want.
Let's say, like,
27.
if you can ask me unlimited questions, can I ask you unlimited questions?
You know what? I think that's fair.
Okay, yeah.
Let me see your phone. I'll put it in.
I will pull my phone out of my bra and hand it to her.
Okay. And she types in contact info, full name, born amongst the slaughter. And she sets the nickname to Slaughter, puts in her phone number, and then she takes a selfie as her contact image and hands it back to you.
I like it.
Thank you.
Very good name.
Thanks. I was born while my whole family was killed. My mom died like right after I came out.
That's pretty metal.
It was.
Know how that feels.
Mooney says it's really lucky. Or
I,
that I'm really lucky because like I totally should have died.
You are, in fact, very lucky.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Thank you. First question.
Uh-huh.
What is it that do you there's so many. What do you smell when you smell us?
Nasty. Like, if I had to describe it, probably as something like that you would know. Because, like, we smell the worm, and you smell like the worm, and it's gross. But, like, it's probably, okay. Have you ever forgotten that you had a bottle of kombucha at the back of your fridge and then like you go to move out like 2 years later and you're like, I'm just going to open it. I'm just curious. And you open it. That's what you smell like.
You
I
said,
know some of those words.
and there was one that you said to me as well that you said again, which is the worm.
Yeah.
Yeah, what is that?
I'm not familiar.
It's kind of all the bad shit and like you guys are a part of that.
Oh.
The worm is the embodiment of all of the bad shit?
That's the easiest way to explain it. I think further into that, then I gotta really give you a Garu history lesson, and I'm not the one to do that. I kind of go all over the place.
It's fair. Is there an embodiment of all the good shit?
Yeah, it's it's like hippie shit. There's good and there's bad and there's the middle, and you guys are kind of a plague on humanity, so you smell like the bad.
That's a way to...
I mean, there's an argument that says no, but
And we're here to be the good.
It's kind of true.
Yeah,
Well, some of us kind of suck. But like glasswalkers are cool.
I'm getting the sense of the dichotomy now.
Trust me, there's some of us that if you meet them, like you're done.
I figured.
Mooney's really nice to be nice to you guys.
Yes, she is.
All my history books say that like I should kill you on the spot, but I think you guys are really fascinating.
I'm really
Likewise.
glad that you feel that way.
Likewise, yes.
Maybe it's because I don't have parents. Like, I didn't have anybody to tell me that you guys were terrible. I found out much later, and I had a bunch of friends that I made in college, and I didn't want to start being mean to them and, like, kill them. So I just I'm glad I'm with the group I'm with because they're very nice and they like everyone.
And they seem to also not want to kill us on the spot, so...
Which is A1.
I did see, like, my friend going on a date with, like, one of your people.
Oh, did you?
Mm-hmm. The one with the long black and white hair.
Did she now?
I just saw them like at the aquarium. I stopped by to like check out the otters.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe that's why we haven't heard from her just yet.
Friend of yours?
Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
Mm.
And apparently the Garu and the Kindred can get along.
like to
Very
try.
well.
But, if we have to throw down, then, we're not friends anymore.
I mean, it's understandable. I hope we do not get to that point.
Yeah. I think that'd be great.
I think so too. So I'm gonna do a quick turn on my heel just to see if I can catch anybody, because I'm still in this paranoid state of I found out there's more people here, so I'm seeing if anybody's looking in
Nope.
in our direction.
Nope.
How's
Good?
how's the crowd looking at this point?
They're mostly dissipated.
Yeah.
The janitors have already come in to start cleaning.
And I'm gonna and hearing the question, I'm gonna pick up on that. Just go, yeah, I was just noticing that everybody's cleaning up at this point.
Yeah, we should probably go soon. I'm just gonna polish off this beer because they don't let you take it outside.
Sure.
That's fair.
Plus, it makes me whoa, so I think I'm gonna go punch trees and shit.
Relatable.
Yeah, we're trying to clear out some space so that we can build another house and everything. So I like being on the demolition team.
Do you literally just punch the trees?
Yeah, and then I punch the tree in half, and then Streetwise comes up and he just rips the stump out of the ground. It's really efficient.
It sounds like it.
Yep.
We just
Yeah.
we just get hammered and we can clear an acre in a night. Which we then take the trees to ethically sourced places so that they can use the lumber to build habitat for humanity. So it all kind of goes around.
Well, there you go then.
I have one last question.
Yeah.
Could I have some of your blood?
No,
No.
I'm
No.
specifically told not to do that.
No.
You don't.
No.
You don't
No.
want.
Are you one of the witch ones?
Yes.
Oh, I have a lot of questions for you.
Yeah.
You're my
Yeah.
favorite kind.
Thank you. We're the best.
I really liked Charmed growing up.
I personally think I'm pretty fun.
You're
You're
really
very
pretty.
fun, yes.
I asked Anton if you were single, so I'm just gonna awkwardly ask you right now.
I did not get to that part yet.
Oh, I recently died, so any previous engagements are kind of done.
Well, I would have to check with my tribe and make sure that's cool. But no, you're really cute and I would like your number.
I have a terrible phone, so I can't really get emojis that well, but she'll hand over the really tattered message.
She's like, oh,
I can't use
Remember, I pointed and said
things.
yeah.
oh, okay.
You have to tap it 3 times.
Yeah, it's,
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
yeah,
This will be a minute.
yeah, it's fine.
My name's really long. Yeah, I'm just gonna put Slaughter.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
makes sense. Your dad doesn't happen to look through your phone, does he?
Oh.
I mean, it'll say slaughter, so I'm sure it'll be fine.
I'm sure it'll be
Okay.
totally fine.
Take it, put it in my pocket.
Yep.
He's fine.
Yeah.
He's fine.
Yeah.
Pops is
Absolutely.
he's totally cool.
I'll get you a burner. Don't worry.
Yeah, she
I'll
might,
just
she
break
might try
it.
it. Good to see you again, Slaughter.
Good to see you too. You guys have fun.
Thank you. I'm gonna grab one of the. I'm gonna point at his shirt. I'm gonna grab one of those on the way out. Actually, I like that. It's clever. And I'll arc past the booth just to buy a shirt.
Yeah,
In
and-
my size on the way out.
Very quickly, you're able to buy it. She's
Yeah.
starting to pack up. She's like, oh, okay.
Nice meeting you.
and
Thank you.
get you one, and you guys head out.
Well, that was not in the slightest what I was expecting
No.
in the evening, but
It's fun though.
it was fun.
Everyone made it out in one piece,
Yes.
That is a plus.
We could have found out more, but
and not made it out in one piece.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. And by the by, yeah. Garu blood.
no, I don't want to ingest
No,
it.
no,
No, I
no.
know. I want to.
Even
I
so-
want to do.
No, I know.
Work on all.
That's fair.
Just-
I know you know, but you.
But that's like asking, for radium on the street.
So
It's bad.
Yeah.
You never
want
get it-
irradiated materials on the street.
no, but you there's no harm in asking before you take.
And so, as the evening is winding down,
Mhm.
is there anything else you all wanted to do before the end of the night?
I'm gonna, as they're talking about radium on the street, I'm just letting them walk forward, and I'm actually just gonna catch Aaron's elbow and just let them walk ahead a bit more as they continue to talk about stuff.
And yet I said.
How are you doing with your first family night out?
It's much better than I thought it was going to go.
Good.
I thought there was going to be fire and explosions and people dying, and it's much calmer.
Yes.
Are you doing okay?
I'm hungry. I am a bit on edge, as I mentioned before. Your sister's friend had friends there that she's not mentioned. It's possible that it was harmless, but I could not see anything, and that makes me further nervous.
Sure.
Knowing that she is one of my kind makes me nervous, as I've been able to account for all of my kind. And bluntly speaking, every time another one of my kind just suddenly shows up in the city, things don't always go so well. So I am a little bit on edge there as to what this might mean, especially since she showed up with your sister.
Half-sister, yes.
Yes.
Every time Tremere show up, trouble happens. This is rough, but there's so few of you that it really makes an impact.
Yeah, they are. It's kind of our thing. We have a very. I haven't felt right since I had your blood.
Are you seeing things?
Only tonight. Tonight's the first night I was actually able to make it work. But part of it is the bond that comes with this, and I'm aware of that. And I think that's what's making me focus on it more, and I've had this constant darkness, blackness in my head that I keep trying to shake, and then I started feeling regret?
For feeding from me?
Remorse?
I thought you wanted to get answers. This is what you wanted.
I value knowledge very, very much, but do you remember the woman that I wanted to go check on in the art gallery, the High Museum?
Yes.
I have not seen her in about 45, 46 years. I have seen her, but she has not seen me. She was my colleague through my doctorate, and for a time she was my girlfriend. I learned a lot from her. One of the things I learned the most is take care of the people that have been taken advantage of. And I took my desire for knowledge and slapped it on top of that when I asked you for it, and you did. And I'm going to still do what I said I was going to do, but I haven't felt right since I did it. I could have done that any other fucking way, and I pushed, and I do feel like that this is correct, that I can do more with this, but I could have done this any other fucking way, and you were telling me about what you had been through. I'm sorry. I don't even know if that's going to make it stop, but I'm sorry.
I appreciate what you tried to do, what you're doing. And if I had to share blood with anyone, it would have been with someone from my coterie. A connection that stable, friendly, kind. It's not easy to find. So it might feel like a rush now, but I trusted you and will continue to trust you, not just if you get me answers, but just be open with what you want, and we can work through the rest.
Anton, if you could give me your remorse roll for this humanity sting.
Successes across the board.
Aaron's forgiveness sets your whole mind at ease. Kind of takes away that gnawing feeling in your mind for what you'd done. Maybe you move forward with a little better intentions next time.
I can do that. Tell your sister to be careful if she gets things from her friend. We're a little bit weird like that.
Yes, now that I know that at least it can spread through me, spreading from her might be, and as adamant and open as her friend is about other types of blood.
Oh no, I was talking about literally anything. I received a gift from another Tremere that is, it's very fucking dangerous. You do not even want to touch it. So I'm just saying, if you're getting things from my clan, just be careful of that.
Gotcha. All right.
In general, I've been I'm gonna hold on to that one for a special circumstance. But yeah. But no, the blood as well. From what I can tell, I'm not experiencing any of the drawbacks that you are.
Oh.
I can still use all of my technology, and like I said, tonight was the only night the first night I was actually able to do anything. I am a little too hungry to feel comfortable risking more testing, but I don't feel the things that you experienced. So at bare minimum, I answered the question that stops with you.
Gotcha.
But it appears that the oblivion does continue through.
Pros and cons. Okay.
And maybe I can figure out the other questions from there.
I'll show the blood bag. Do you need to eat tonight?
Maybe just one.
I'll hand it off discreetly.
Discreetly.
Yeah,
And so you do go down one hunger, and I think that is a good place for us to leave off for tonight. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Thank you to our special guests. And real quick, we want to say a quick shout out and thank you to our real life friend, Trevor Aon, who is a pro wrestler from Atlanta, and his wife is actually a creator of vampire content. We wanted to give some love to them as they are a wonderful part of the Atlanta community. You can check him out on Twitter at TREVERAEON. And you can check out his awesome wrestling moves there. He's absolutely the best demon wrestling out there today. So go support the original Gothic Gangster wherever you can. And don't forget to check out our Patreon, where for the $3 tier, you can join our RP server and play in the city of Atlanta among the Shepherds and these other wonderful characters. And we can't wait to see you guys next week. Take care of yourselves and each other. Bye. Bye.